Hi, welcome to Restaurant Tea. So today's video is going to be about ownership or higher ups that for sure watched the YouTube channel somewhere and saw something or heard something that made them feel like, you know what, that's something that I can implement into my business. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Yes, there are little things that you can do, like, say, for example, tell the host to greet the people when they walk in, easy stuff. But when you're trying to lead people and you figure you have a staff of at least 30 and above, snapping your fingers and saying these things is not really going to be conducive to actually making it happen. ¿Qué pasa, Tomás? Okay, just a second. Where was I? Okay, so these types of things happen. What are you gonna do? So there's times where, you know, you have these people, the people that are, you know, either you're consulting or your bosses, whomever it is, have very low experience or maybe even zero experience in the hospitality industry. They made their money elsewhere, and they decided, hey, I can see me doing this because I think what's going on is easy, and it's not, right? It's very time consuming. I'm not saying running a restaurant is sending rocket ships into space. I'm just saying it's not as easy as it looks, right? So watching YouTube videos, listening to something on Audible, you know, like a ebook, and then finding out concepts that you may have not have been aware of before, and then all of a sudden thinking that snapping your fingers is going to make that happen. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't, especially when you have a large contingency, a large staff, right? It's not that easy, right? You have to have an extensive amount of what I call brainwashing. You know, people call it culture in the industry. Yes, it's a culture once you're brainwashed, of course. So it's a good thing. I use brainwashing in a connotative sense where I'm poking fun at it, but it's actually a good thing. You want your staff to be bought in and following all the rules and all that stuff. However, it takes a minute to get there. There's a lot of methodology, a lot of concepts out there that people talk all the time about these concepts, but implementing them and actually carrying them forward, that's a whole different ball of wax. You have to have people that are willing to buy into that whatever concept and actually implement it, carry it through, and actually execute as you would expect the execution to take place, right? And if you don't have enough experience in that, how do you know when it's actually being executed or carried forward? You, the owner out there, you're implementing these things to improve the company, and all the intent is there, all the good intentions are there. However, that is not something that is that easy to do. So I don't understand why some people want to do these things and expect overnight success. It just doesn't happen, right? The patience has to be there. If you're one of those managers that has to carry all these things through, that's okay. Try your best to get through it. But that's the reason why this channel exists, because you don't want to be dealing with these things for very long, right? You learn from the mistakes that they're making, and you make sure that when you're on your own out there, you're not making these same mistakes, right? Meaning, if you are going to put people in charge, you have to put people that actually have experience and actually have a track record of doing these things. Not liars, not, you know, people that make up stuff on their resume and make it seem like they actually did something when they actually didn't. And then the sad part is, when you have people that may have some experience or have done these things in the past, they can see through the person that doesn't know how to do it, and it makes the likelihood of these things that you want to happen very unlikely to happen. They're most likely not to happen, and if they are going to happen, they're not going to be carried out in the fashion you think it's supposed to come out at. So that's what I'm getting at. You have to do your best in order to make your bosses happy, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're looking elsewhere. You're looking on the horizon how you're going to get out of this, because this is not a very conducive thing to any family guy or family woman out there. The restaurant industry is really tough. Hospitality in general is really tough. And if you're not on the ownership side, it's not a very useful way of maximizing your time on this planet, right? Time just disappears. And by the time you get in here for work on a Wednesday, you turn around and it's already Sunday night, and you're looking at a whole whopping 2 days off, where one of them you're spending sleeping, and then the other day you're catching up on life. So that's what I'm getting at. You have to start pursuing the things you want on the side and figure out a way to get out of it. And if you want to stay in the industry, by all means, call me up. We'll find you a restaurant. We'll find you a hotel. We'll find you some sort of business, maybe even a work from home business. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, save your money.